And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Giants and the Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things can really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2 of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. The returner, Trey Tucker, going to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Bringing them out is a guy who has spent a decade as a starter in this league, the 2019 Comeback Player of the Year, Ryan Tannehill.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
This one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Here's Tannehill. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the 5th-year dual threat and former #1 pick in 2019, Kyler Murray.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's #1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a Giants first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. The Giants at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Byron Young in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
When Young makes plays like that, it's hard to remember. He's still learning about the game. Was running a dollar store back in his hometown, but worked his butt off to grow himself into a stud D1 pass rusher. With that type of drive, his best football has to be yet to come.
Throwing now is Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. On first down, Tannehill. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Breece Hall,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins have taken a 2-10.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 25.
Possession of the football going back over to the Giants.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Swim. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Murray now to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Now Murray.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. 13 carries, 71 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. To throw, it's Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Murray going to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here.
But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
To throw is Tannehill. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Now Elliott. And now a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Andy Janovich with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here this first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 28-0. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. In possession switching back to the New York Giants. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Now Murray off play action. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner Murray. Steps away to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now Murray. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Juwan Johnson from 4 yards out. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now a first down throw, Tannehill.
Into the hands of the rookie Jordan Addison.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
So pick up with 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
Tannehill. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Hall again on second down.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. 3rd and 2, Tannehill.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Giants ready to come out now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Murray now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Flushed out right. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Play action. Now it's Murray sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On play action, it's Murray.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. On first down, Tannehill, and a completion to Wilson. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Tannehill on first down.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he's got it inside the 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
A 20-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So the 2 teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with a...
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play fake. Murray.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now. And it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
On the move to his left.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why, because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game, because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something.